Thank you for watching today. This is Kinnear. Welcome to another Starfield video. If you are returning to Starfield or you're a new player on your first adventure, this guide will show you how to get the best early free guns in the game, including a fantastic legendary sniper rifle. Combine those with the guns you get from the starting quest, and you'll be well armed for any situation as you tackle the main quest, faction quest, or just heading out on your own to do your own thing. So let's get started. As you complete Vectera and the Crete lab, you will find several guns along the way. All these are good, you should take them. The first one you're going to be given at Vectera should be a pistol, an Aeon. Also, as you kill pirates at Vectera, one of them should drop at least one Maelstrom. This is a good rifle, and you'll have ammunition for it. Grab it. As you go through the Crete lab, you will also find an Equinox, a laser rifle, usually a Grendel, which also uses the 777mm ammunition. And when you exit the Crete lab on the roof after the final battle, if you climb to the top of the tower in a case, you will find a Coachman, an excellent shotgun to start the game with. After we finish the Crete lab, the game will direct us to the planet Jemison, the city New Atlantis, and specifically to the Lodge, where we'll meet Constellation for the first time. After completing that introduction, we can then start to pursue a few other guns before we get on with the main quest or any other primary activities. The first place I like to go after that is to Tau Ceti, specifically Tau Ceti 2. This is the setting for a future quest, but I have not started that quest yet. I just go there because it's marked on the planet, and we can go down and pick up a gun right away. There's no reason you can't join the UC Vanguard before going to Tau Ceti, but do not advance that quest line to the point where you talk to the man at the spaceport, and he puts supplies on your ship. If you do so, when you arrive at Tau Ceti, you will have started the quest at Tau Ceti, and I'm just going to skip that for right now because it gets done later. Arriving at Tau Ceti, there won't be an extra ship, and the quest won't have started. If it's dark or the weather's bad, you can exit your ship, you can fast travel back inside, or you can sleep inside the ship and take a short nap. I'm just going to go outside. I think it's early in the morning. It shouldn't really matter because there aren't any hostile creatures or enemies at this location at this time. If you want to, you can loot this entire place. There are a couple of boxes that you can lockpick. There's a lot of good loot lying around, including some weapons, but we're really just interested in one gun that's at the very back of the facility. Looting the place now makes it easier when you go through later, less distractions, but you can do it later when you actually complete the quest. So we'll run around to the right of the building. We don't really need to go inside any of the buildings. We'll run all the way to the back of the facility to where they have several stacked shipping containers. There's a door in the fence to the right, and we can jump up on top of this container. And here's the gun. It's called a Radburn. It is an Aeon, but it has a radioactive perk. It randomly deals radioactive damage and demoralizes the target. It actually procs pretty frequently. But it's a rare pistol, and an excellent replacement for the Aeon that we started the game with.
You sure you want to get rid of that?
No, Sarah, I didn't really intend to drop it. Thank you for your input. That reminds me, I need to find Andrasia soon. After we pick up the Radburn, there's another pistol we want to get that's also free. Since we've gone to the Lodge and the quest lines have opened up, we can now return to Nerion, which is the system we started in. We'll go to the planet Nera into a POI called One-of-a-Kind Salvage. I've been here before to buy Digipix. There's a very good supply here, but I'm just going to jump over the top of the building this time.
The ecosystem
and
here.
climb out on the overhead crane. And what I'm looking for is a destroyed mech that's off to the left near a fallen piece of wall or metal that I can walk out on. It's right there. And this character is level 6 at this point in time. There are some creatures wandering around down below that I really don't want to get in a fight with right now, just because it would be a distraction. So I'm just going to try to take the shortest path I can over here. And there's a canister on top of this mech. And inside the canister, we'll find the Trickshot and some .43 magnetic induction array ammunition. This is a pistol that comes from a place called Core Kinetics on Neon. We haven't been there yet. But the price is right. It's worth noting there is another pistol almost identical to this that you can get once you talk to another Constellation member at a location called the Eye. Now that doesn't open up until after you complete the first quest with Sarah Morgan, and that pistol is largely identical, except I believe it is fully automatic. And at the early stages of the game, ammunition may not be easy to come by. You may not have the resources to do it, or you may not have learned to manufacture this kind of ammunition right off the bat. So that pistol can run through ammunition pretty quickly and put you in kind of an economic bind, but it's a great pistol to pick up eventually. I won't cover that one in this video, but it's definitely worth getting. Once you get to that point, I won't go into too many other spoilers. If you are progressing through the main quest line, you will absolutely find yourself in a position to talk to an individual named Vladimir. And when you do, make sure you explore all the dialogue options, and he will give you everything you need in order to find that particular pistol and some other good items. Now, depending on your playstyle, this may be all the guns you need at this point. I personally enjoy having a sniper rifle on hand, and I want that sniper rifle as early as I can get it in the game. Of the rifles we have so far, the Equinox and the Maelstrom, they both top out around 40 or 50 meters. I want something with a little more range. Now, there are 3 ways to get a sniper rifle this early. We're going to hop one system over from Narion to a system called Valo, and a planet called Polvo, and a specific city called Hopetown. This will feature prominently in later quests, but we can go here right away and visit this vendor. What we're looking for is an old Earth hunting rifle. This is the primary sniper rifle that's available to very low-level characters. As you advance through the game, specifically once you get past level 30, you will get access through normal vendors and through drops to a hard target or other sniper rifles. But for the first 20-30 levels, you're not going to have a lot of options when it comes to a long-range rifle. And so there are 3 locations where you can find an old Earth sniper rifle in the game. This one in particular is a rare version. You can buy one that is just a normal basic version as well. And then finally, I'm going to tell you how to find a legendary version of the same rifle, which is what I almost always get when I start a new character.
Lots of customers pass through. We got something for everyone. Good.
So we'll take a look at the inventory here. He has 2 rare weapons. A lot of the vendors, maybe all of the vendors, have at least 1 rare weapon. What we're interested in is the Speechless Fire, which has 33 physical damage. It uses 9x39mm ammo with a magazine size of 20. It randomly deals incendiary damage. So as a rare rifle, it has 1 perk. It already has installed on it laser sight, armor-piercing rounds, and a hair trigger, though. This is a great rifle, and if you wanted to stop here, you could buy this rifle if you have the money, and you're probably set for the next stages of the game. What I will note, though, is this rifle is a little expensive early on. It is 10,870 credits. For this character at level 6, he's only sitting on about 34,000 credits. That's a pretty big chunk of what he has available. So I'm not going to buy it here because I know there's one that I can get just by doing quests. Now I'm going to jump to this character who is now at level 12 and show you the rifle that we're going after. I'm not going to walk through all those quests, but I'm going to show you the rifle, and then I'm going to tell you how to start those quests. I'm going to put this rifle inside here. This is called the Despondent Assassin. And the Despondent Assassin is an old Earth hunting rifle, but you'll notice it has a slightly higher damage rate at 38. It has a lower magazine size, and the fire rate's at 40, but it has 3 perks on it: Demoralization, Hitman, and Anti-Personnel. It is a high-powered rifle at this point. Now, this rifle is available by doing a series of quests in Aquila City. It is a reward from Keone Alpin at the end of the quest line. So the remaining question is, how do you get your hands on the Despondent Assassin Old Earth hunting rifle in the legendary form? And that is in Aquila City. The first time you arrive at Aquila City, you will probably have to talk to a guard at the entrance to the city who's going to tell you about a bank robbery in process, and you can either go through that quest and complete it because there's some benefits to that, and you probably want to do it at some point in time anyway. You can get an invitation to join the Freestar Rangers, and there's a pistol you can get through that process as well. Or you can talk to this guy and kind of turn him down, and I believe you can also start this quest that way. However, I usually go through the Job Gone Wrong quest just to get it out of the way. Whether Sam's with me or not doesn't make a big difference. There's some new dialogue if Sam's there with you. It's interesting. However, once we get access to Aquila City and we can walk into the main area out here, between Roland Arms on the right and between Shepherd's on the left, there's a small stairway that leads up to the Aquila City barracks. And you will meet an individual there named David Wilson, who's in charge of security for Aquila City. One of his deputies will be there, and there'll be a female NPC named Keone Alpin, I believe. And this will start the quest Defensive Measures. And you really just have to listen to them and go through the process. This quest actually has 3 parts to it, or there are 3 quests in a row: Defensive Measures, False Positives, and Leader of the Pack. And each one of them has a 24-hour delay between them. So you can do one part, and at the end of it, you'll be told, come back tomorrow. And at that point, you can go off and do other things in Aquila City. You can wander around and do other quests, or you can just find a location like on the frontier and sleep for 24 hours and come right back. But as you progress through these 3 quests, you will eventually reach a point where you, without offering too many spoilers, go outside the walls and fight some creatures, and assuming you are successful in that fight, you will be rewarded by Keone Alpin with the Despondent Assassin rifle. And that's it. At this point in time, you have a couple of good close-up pistols with 2 different types of ammunition. You probably should have a close-in submachine gun style Grendel. You've got an excellent rifle for sniper work if you want to do that. You've got your hands on a shotgun, as well as an excellent laser rifle.
Something made me nearby.
With these weapons, and especially if you research ammunition through the research station in the basement of the lodge,
Perhaps it was nothing.
you should be able to arm yourself and have sufficient ammunition to proceed through the rest of the quests. Now, you'll find a lot of ammunition as you go. However, in many cases, the ammunition you find fits a couple of guns very well, but you can easily run out of ammunition for very specific guns. The 9x39 stuff doesn't seem to drop as frequently as I'd like it to drop. So it's always a good idea when you're shopping at vendors in each of the cities to look for diodes and primers. Those are used in learning how to make ammunition, and then they're used in actually making the ammunition. So one of the ammunitions I end up making early on, and it's relatively inexpensive to do so, is the 9x39 ammunition. So I always have a sniper rifle with me, and I usually have plenty of ammunition for it. Now, it's worth noting, you can also start, as you are advancing through this process, to place points in things like ballistics or stealth, and move towards concealment and other areas that will give you a lot of really nice bonuses if you want to play a full sniper build. But even if you don't go that route, having a sniper rifle on hand and being able to sneak and get a bonus is usually a nice option to have, especially when you start to work on POIs and you'd like to take out most of the enemies before you get too close, and then you want to go in with your close-in weapons and finish them off. So let me know what guns you like to get early on. I've already mentioned you can talk to Vlad, and that'll lead to a very nice gun. Certainly with Sam Coe and the quest The Empty Nest, you're going to get your hands on a very nice Bridger. You can go to the Red Mile and get a good shotgun at the end of that process, and there are a lot of other locations. As always, whatever fits your playstyle is probably what you should prioritize. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. I really appreciate it. Remember, live your beliefs and you can turn the world around. We are not our best intentions. We are what we do. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and get notifications. This is Kinnear, and I'm out of here.